Wednesday afternoon, just off West 7th Street in St. Paul, a red car was pulled over by police in what an officer told me was a routine traffic stop. But with 8 or more squad cars and guns drawn, it hardly looked routine. Removed from the car and hauled off in separate squads were 3 people, 2 women and a man, all of whom were released 30 minutes later without charge. Police would not discuss the reason for their detention with me, but the 3, all peace activists, said they were told the car was on a federal watch list. The man I recognized immediately. I'd filmed him the previous night at a march by the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign at the Republican National Convention. An expressly nonviolent event, the protest ended up at the gates to the RNC venue, but when a group of young protesters wearing black bandanas over their faces tried to start a "fuck the police" chant, the man, San Francisco Veterans for Peace activist Hal Muscat, successfully diffused the situation.
No, unfuck the police. We don't need We want to wish our friends a fuck. The police is unfucked. Fucked up. Fucking is fun, right? So why wish that on people who are angry at it? You say fuck you to people you like because you want them to have a good fuck.
Excuse me.
Fuck all you beautiful people, I love you!
That's how we do it. We say unfuck the police. Unfuck the police! That's right, because we know A, how fucked up they are, and if they had any sex, they'd be nice.
Just 2 days earlier, on September 1st, Muscat was featured on Democracy Now!, a radio and satellite TV program hosted by Amy Goodman, who was also detained by police in St. Paul this week.
My name is Hal Muscat. I'm with Veterans for Peace, San Francisco Bay Area. I was in the U.S. Army from 1965 to 1970.
Keep that faith. Keep your courage. Stick together. Stay strong. Do not yield. Stand up. We're Americans and we'll never surrender.
I don't trust him. I don't like him. I don't think he speaks for veterans. I think he speaks for a very small, very too vocal minority of right-wing veterans that would just as soon McCain said, Vietnam wasn't fought right. We're going back. We called legal just to report it. We don't know what's going on, except what the cops told us is the car's on a federal watch list. Michael, this is Hal. I need you to listen real closely. Lisa Fithian with me in the car and Lori were just pulled over by the police. Guns pulled out. We were detained separately, handcuffed in patrol cars for over 30 minutes, and then released.
And the women he was with had similarly high-profile activist credentials. One, Lisa Fithian, the car's owner, is part of the Pagan Cluster, an earth-centered peace group, but more prominently, she was part of Cindy Sheehan's Camp Casey protest in her native Texas in the summer of 2005, and she sits on the steering committee of United for Peace and Justice.
We were driving, I'm trying to take Hal down to his hotel to get to the airport, and all of a sudden I saw a car behind me and then more cars behind me, so I started to just pull over, and then all of a sudden these cars swarmed on me, guns were pulled, yelling at us, get out, put your hands up, you know, very aggressive, guns right in my face, and we're just like, we have done nothing wrong. And they just took us up, they immediately handcuffed us, took our stuff, threw us in separate squad cars, wouldn't say anything to us at first. Finally I just said, am I being arrested or detained? She says, we're just detaining you right now. Your car has been put on a watch list or a stop and search list by the federal government. So apparently the federal government has a list of cars that they want stopped and people harassed or searched. I work with the Pagan Cluster.
The Pagan Cluster.
I've been a nonviolent direct action activist for over 35 years, and I've never seen the kind of fascist response that I've seen in this city. Unacceptable. It's unacceptable. It's the worst I've ever seen in my life.
I'm from New York City.
Okay, and are you affiliated with a group?
Different groups, but a group called The Critical Voice that actually produced this t-shirt in 6 languages, including Arabic and Farsi and Spanish. The reason why we put this on a shirt, it was the student resistance movement in Nazi Germany that went up against the fascist Nazis in 1942. They were young university students, and they decided enough is enough, and they wouldn't be silent. Well, these people here, they need to understand that if they can just pull us over and take us away this way, they can come and get them. They can profile anyone according to the profile that they want to attach to criminality. And we're seeing more and more that attachment doesn't stick but they can detain people. And that's from the highest office in this land, that they are detaining people for years now. We see it in places like Guantanamo Bay and the black sites, and here in the prisons here, they're filled. And that is because there's permission. There's permission to do this. And these people, they're frightened. We did nothing wrong. We come in peace. We come for peace. We're looking for something to change in this country, not an agenda that's militaristic.
And did you come to protest? You must have.
I came to bear witness to what has been done in our name, which is mass murder and illegal detentions and the removal of habeas corpus and the shredding of our Constitution and torture. Where are we going to draw the line? Where are the people that wear badges that say they have taken an oath, a sworn oath to defend our Constitution against foreign and domestic enemies? Well, we have domestic enemies in the state right now, in state control, from the president on down. And this is what they're doing to our Constitution, to our civil rights. They've done it all along, but you know, they've done it to many communities in our country, to indigenous communities, to communities of color. But now, what they're doing is doing it in broad daylight. It's being done, you know, it's just, you know, with impunity. And they did it to many communities in broad daylight too, but this is just going into other countries, sovereign nations. This is just, right now, it's just a cancer, and it's spreading. And it's spreading through local police forces, and where will it stop? We have to take this into our hands. We will not be silent. That should be the motto. Everyone should put it on and wear that, embody that message.